Here we go. Live on Facebook. There we
Yeah, it just went live.
go. Oh, hold on. I gotta switch accounts. Never mind. It's not going yet. Just get to see here for a second. Boom. There we go. All right. Now we'll try this again. Oh, here she is.
Better late than never.
I gotta make you guys hosts too. So do that just a second. Jen, hello.
Hi.
We're going live now. So you're gonna just join us right when we're starting.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Okay. So there we are. Okay, everyone, thank you for coming. Welcome to Red Sleigh Workshop, Sleigh this season live. Hold on. It's doing something weird here. Can you see me on there yet, Whitney? Is it live? Okay, good. Because it told me it wasn't going, but here it is. All right. So we're here tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming. We are just gonna let you know we're on Facebook. And so if you're on Facebook watching, go ahead and put your all of your questions into the comments part of our page on Red Sleigh Workshop. And you can ask Christmas questions, Halloween questions, business questions, whatever you feel like asking. We're here to answer them. I mean, I can't guarantee that Jen and Rich will answer all the questions you ask, but we can try, right? So let's see. We have tonight, of course, Jen and Rich from TransWorld Christmas Show, Christmas and Halloween show. And tonight's conversation is going to be all about the show, what it is, who it's for, how to approach it. If you're a little overwhelmed, it's okay. I was the first time I went to. And we're also here to, talk about what's happening for the installer series of this Christmas show as well. So I'm Stacy Jordan. I'm the founder of Red Sleigh Workshop, and then I'm here with Patrick. He is our EVP, and thank you for being here. We have Jen, co-owner of TransWorld Christmas and Halloween Show, and we have Rich. So if you guys want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, we'll start with Patrick. Go ahead and tell us what you're doing here. Oh, and hi, Whitney. You're here too. So Whitney can introduce yourself too. Sorry.
Hey everybody, I'm Patrick. I am the executive vice president and co-founder of Red Sleigh Workshop. Basically let Stacy do all the heavy lifting and I just smile and look pretty and in charge of all the operations. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so I'm going to be muted for quite a bit. I'll hop in here and there, but just a short and sweet little intro and we'll throw it on over to Jen.
Well, you should tell us first, Patrick, how you got sick and what are the stats because of your sickness where were you at?
Well, I was on a cruise with my daughter down in Mexico.
Rough life.
Because we had just gotten done with Takedown and I was tired of Christmas. So hopped on a cruise ship with my 4.5-year-old and went to Mexico for a week and got home on a chili cook-off and then got sick. So I'm kind of on the upswing now, but my nose is going crazy, so I don't want to be sniffling and coughing over everybody. So
But isn't your cruise ship like group saying that a lot of people got sick? It wasn't just you.
yeah, like a bunch of people got sick. That's like the last three cruises I've gone on, I've gotten off with a cold, so I'm kind of contemplating on different forms of travel. So, um, yeah, exactly, Rich. So, yeah, we wash our hands constantly. We take vitamins the entire trip, but it's still, not everyone does that. So you end up getting some sort of cold or something. So, yeah, happy to be here. Happy to see Rich and Jen. Haven't seen them in a couple months, so we're excited about TransWorld next month. The next month already. Um, seems like we were just out there in October, I think it was,
Yeah.
talking to you guys about it and meeting the Illuminabot people. So it was super cool. It was a great meeting, and yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, Rich, I'll send it over to you.
Oh, cool. So I'm Rich from TransWorld Trade Shows. I'm Jenny's better half.
That's
So
open to interpretation.
yeah, exactly. Certain days it depends on the day, but anyway, we produce the show, and like it's kind of funny because a lot of people think that we're involved in everything together. It's actually the total opposite. Jen does specific things, and I do specific things, and we kind of it's interesting because we don't even know what's going on in each other's world when it comes to the show. So like there are some things that we overlap in, but for the most part, it's completely separated. So the fun part is I get to work with her most days, and it's enjoyable when we do. But most of the time I'm doing my own thing and she's doing her own thing. So kind of fun. Oh, you, Jenny.
Okay. Yes, Rich is right. We stay in our own lanes. Can't cross over to Rich's lane. Can't touch the floor plan. I said, Rich, before we were working together, I used to do it. It doesn't matter. He does do it better, though. I will give him credit on that. Even my dad says that, and my dad's been doing it a really long time. He's like, no one does a floor plan like Rich. He does have a knack for laying it out beautifully. So I'll have to give him credit on that.
I love
But
that.
yes, I am Rich's better half for sure. I'm the better half, and I'm the sweeter one most days. But I enjoy
That's
working with Rich. It's a lot of fun. We do have a great time together. We banter all day long when we work together, so it's kind of fun. But he is right. He does handle the floor plan, and I do the sponsorship marketing and a lot of other things with the company. But it's really enjoyable. I've been doing this since inception, even when I was a little kid. When my grandma would come over into town from Florida, we would play trade shows, and I'd be like, "I want to sell you a booth," and all that. So I've been doing this a really long time. I feel like, but we love, Halloween. We started out with Halloween, and obviously added in Escape, and then it was just such a natural fit to do Christmas. So it's been really exciting and eye opening and fun, and Christmas is beautiful. We have one side of the show that's a little gory, and obviously we've got one side of the show that's all red. I'm wearing my red in honor of Christmas, by the way. If anyone noticed that,
Awesome. Thank you.
where did you get that red? But yeah, no. So I love it. I love doing the trade shows. I love meeting new people, and we've gotten to travel so much and just learn about all the different businesses. And who doesn't love Halloween and Christmas? I mean, honestly, those are my two favorite holidays. So it's been a pleasure. It really has, and the show is so beautiful. I mean, a lot of times when I walk on that trade show floor with all the lights and everything, especially when the hall is somewhat dim, it's just gorgeous. I mean, who doesn't want to see Christmas in March? So it's been a lot of fun. And I think this year's show is going to be really good. I definitely think it's had its challenges with a lot of stuff going on with, bringing in product into the country. Obviously, a lot of people have been affected by that. But overall, signups for the show seem great, and everything looks like it's going to be business as usual. So we're super excited, and I got a chance to work a lot with Stacy and Patrick this year, and I think that we're starting some really new fun things. So I'm super excited about that, and excited to share it tonight on the show.
Totally looking forward to it too. Whitney, you want to introduce yourself, ma'am?
Hi, I'm Whitney, and I'm new to the business, so Stacy's teaching me everything, and I'm loving every single bit of it, and I'm excited for all this future growth. Thank you for letting me be here.
Yep. So if anyone has any questions, throw them in on the Facebook Live. We were off for a second. Now we're back. So we're back streaming on Facebook. If you have questions, throw them into the comments, or if you want to join us on Zoom, the Zoom link is up. It's in there. So anyone can join this talk right now. You can come here on screen with us if you want to. So you're welcome to come in here and harass us directly if you're interested. We're happy to have you. So just thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves. I know that you each have your own strengths, and I feel the same way when working with Patrick. It's like he just kind of fills that. He's the calm in my storm. I always say that because I think that I'm pretty patient and calm, but I'm not compared to him. Like he's just very much like that gentle space for me, and it wouldn't seem that way. I don't know, but it is. So anyway, if you could just, one of you, whoever wants to take this question, just describe what TransWorld Halloween Christmas Show is, or TransWorld shows, in simple terms. So say you've never heard of it before. No, you haven't been to the show before. How would you describe it?
I could do that, Jen. If I was describing it, I think a lot of people when they look at Christmas, or let's just say Halloween, for instance, a lot of people look at Halloween, they look at costuming and they look at candy, and that's what they think when it comes to mind. And Christmas, yeah, you think of lights and presents and things like that. Where our show is kind of different from a lot of that stuff is, yes, do those things exist at the show 100%, but really what it's more about interactive entertainment events. It's events that are basically immersive, where people get involved. There's a lot of photo ops, a lot of things like that. And the show pretty much brings all these clients together that put on events all over the world, because we have attendees from probably 70 different countries. They come to our show, and this is where they start their season to figure out what they plan for the following year. Or if they're a new business and they're starting from scratch. So they come there, this is where they network, they purchase products, they take seminars and classes and education to learn how to do specific things, and that's pretty much what this show's made up for. It's an educational business to business purchasing show.
That's great. That's something that I've always loved to come because of that side of it, right? So coming, if you've never come before and you don't realize how much education is there, there's so many classes to take, so much to learn from the best in the industry. And it's just, I didn't know that. And when I came for the first time, I was after some of the classes, I was like, well, this is so much information that even though I think I may know it already, I don't. I learn something new every class I sit in. And I've not been on a lot of the Halloween side, but I've read the topics of them and they look amazing. It just looks like so many things. I wish I could be at 4 places at once to watch, to be in every class, but I can't.
That's amazing. The one thing that I think we didn't touch on too is it's a chance to like meet with the industry. So like that's invaluable. Like I know there's a lot of things you can do on the websites and people do, but to actually be able to network and talk to people and talk to industry leaders and kind of learn from some of their mistakes. A lot of times people talk about that. You don't have to reinvent the wheel on some things, and to be able to really sit down at a bar or sit down on the trade show floor, whatever it is, and be able to network with people, I think is invaluable. So that's
Definitely.
a huge aspect of the show. That's what a lot
Yeah,
of people said they really missed during COVID. They said, yeah, we can go ahead and we can buy products online. And, yes, you can do some education online, but you don't get that one-on-one networking opportunity. So I think that's something that is really special about this show.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Last year was my first year at TransWorld, and that was my favorite part was the networking. Um, Getting to talk to the people who know the most about the products that are there and have been in the industry for a while, and just being able to sit there and talk to them and ask them the questions and make that contact. And then meeting other installers, or either whether they're in your area or not, we all do the same thing. So you could be opposite sides of the country, the weather may be different, but you're still doing the same thing. So you can call them up and ask them questions. So then the networking is unreal at TransWorld, and that was one of my favorite things last year was all the networking events, whether it was the Flamingo Bowl or um, like you say, just going out to a bar and uh, BSing with people and just laughing, having a good time, and just making some new friends and
We
being
ended up some
able.
pretty interesting bars last year, thanks to Kristen
We
for
did.
hanging
St.
out with.
Louis
Yeah.
is a wild place.
Yeah. We witnessed some
Um,
stuff that didn't expect to see out
yeah,
I'm
it was
sure.
different. It was different for sure, but it was fun, and um, I'm really looking forward. I was there for 4 days last year, and we're going to be there for a week this year. So I'm excited to get out there. And then my perspective is way different as well. Last year I was there as a residential installer getting into commercial. Now, there as a commercial consulting company. So I'm excited to be on the other side of the ropes, so to speak. and be able to have that insight going from one side to the other. So it should be a lot of fun.
All right. So I know that there's kind of a backstory. I want to jump in real quick because I always like to tell a little story. And Rich, I've heard the story before, but for people who haven't heard it before, how did you start out with this show? Like, what was your main business?
So I came from the paintball industry, which is,
Paintball. That's it. Okay, go ahead.
yeah.
I get super excited. I'm a paintball nerd.
Yeah, so like when I used to play, I used to own a retail store, was one of the top in the world. It was
Let me stop Rich. He was actually a professional paintball player. I just want
Okay. Well, that's
yeah. Well, some people don't realize that's a thing, but I mean, it was very big back in
thing. He was on ESPN. It was a thing.
back in the early 2000s. It was a big deal. Paintball was one of the fastest growing sports in America, like pickleball is now. And
right.
for whatever reason, I gravitate to those fast growing sports because now I play a lot of pickleball. But paintball was very similar to the growth of pickleball, and it was growing across the world. And in 2005, things kind of fell apart with paintball. They deemed paintball guns as firearms, and Google basically blocked a lot of sales and ads, and it destroyed our business. But at the time, we were kind of starting to. We had a paintball field, and we had two retail stores and an online store that was very popular. We were at the time we were kind of pivoting over, doing some Halloween stuff. And we had a guy call me one day. He's still an exhibitor at the show. He called me and was like, I know you're a big paintball store. Can you help me with figuring out how to put together this zombie paintball ride where we can shoot paintballs at zombies and make it an entertainment thing? So we worked with him, put it together, and then I ended up coming to the show and exhibiting. And when I was there, this is a funny story. I was in my booth, and we were like, whoever the owner was at the time put us in the worst location ever, and we were in the furthest back
You
spot
probably signed up a little late.
in the on the show floor. We were way in the back, and we were pretty much like the last booth on the floor back there, and we did very well. I mean, better than some people do with 30 booths at our show. It was crazy how much business we did. And Jen had was walking by at the time, like on I think it was like maybe Saturday before the show had ended. I think she was coming by, and she was going around selling booths for the following year, and she just basically ignored us and just went right past. I
And
stopped.
that show in Florida. I didn't think it was a good fit.
I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Are we like a mirage over here?" And she said, stands back, looks up at the booth, and this is pretty much why I respected her from that day. She's like, "I got to be honest with you. When I walked by, I didn't think you would be a fit for other shows, and I didn't want to, pursue you and try to like, just get you. It's a cash grab, like to get you to come to our other shows." And I said, "Well, we did very well." I said, I want contracts for every show you have," and we ended up taking them and doing them, whatever. So I filled out the stuff, but if there's one thing about Jen, it's always about paying on time. So what happened was I never filled out the credit card form. So when I turned it into her, she came back to the booth, of course, immediately to get her credit card. And the guys that were working, I was like super busy. We had like a line of people for what we were doing because it was pretty hot at the time. And they're like, "You got to talk to him. He's the money guy, whatever." So she never got to talk to me at the show, and she ended up leaving. And then she called me for like a month straight, trying to get me to return her calls and pay or whatever. And then when we eventually got on the phone, we started talking about what I had done and she was looking to have paintball grow into the show because she knew it was becoming a thing with the zombie rides and stuff. So that's kind of how it happened. And she offered me this pathetic salary and had me work for her. And I told her I would do it. I would actually do it for free because my business was doing very well. And I helped her out, and that's kind of how it got going. And then I guess 8 or 10 years later we started dating. So
But
The rest is history.
what Rich actually didn't tell you is that he came into town and took me to one of the paintball fields, and he was like a kind of a god there. And we met with all these manufacturers. I'm not kidding. And we brought the floor plan. He's like, "Bring the floor plan to dinner." So we met with all these guys. Mind you, I had none of this in the trade show at the time. Every manufacturer took a booth at the show. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I went home and I remember, and I called my dad, and he's like, how'd the meeting go? I'm like, I don't really know who this guy is. I said, but all I know is he filled up that whole paintball section, and all these guys are writing checks and they're committing and they're taking this good amount of space. And I don't know. So my dad's like, well, why don't you see if we can hire him? I'm like, I don't have that much money to pay. So Rich is right. I did kind of offer him a pathetic salary at the time, but I was lucky because he saw the bigger picture. He was trying to get into Halloween, and so it helped at that time for him to make a bunch of contacts and things like that. And so and the rest, yeah, the rest is history. We became friends for a prolonged period of time, and then ultimately we started dating.
And then now?
And now we're married.
Yeah, there you
We're
go.
My rubber ring that I wear,
Thanks, Rich.
I have a really nice one that I never can wear because I told Jen, I said, I hate jewelry, but I'll wear this thing for you.
Is it really rubber?
Yes. I mean, you've never seen them? Like a lot of people wear them now. So like when we go out like to, dinners and things like that, I'll put on the real one. But for the most part, you can buy these on one of the guys at the show on the hunt side said, dude, just you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy a pack of like 12 of them for like $2. So that's what I bought. And then I wear like this. So it's great.
There you go.
Rubber band.
I love that.
No, but honestly, the show really has grown for years. And when it came to Christmas, he came to me and he's like, I think we should start Christmas. And, we talked a lot about it. And I had a really good relationship back then, when I still do, with Six Flags Entertainment. So I said to Rich, why don't we start a pavilion? He's like, we're starting a show. I'm like, really? Oh, yeah, that's a little ambitious. I don't know about that. And so we went to a couple of the trade shows, and I have to say some of the first meetings were very discouraging. Like they were horrible, and it was like, why do you think this is going to work? And it was tough. The Christmas industry put us through our paces, I have to say that. But ultimately they came around, and we still joke about it, because even when some of these guys are still exhibitors today, I'm like, you guys were kind of rough on me. I don't know. But and we had a show, and Rich really saw that he felt it could really, be something. And the Six Flags really took a chance on us. They felt that it made a lot of sense because they wanted a one-stop shop, and they were our sponsor our first year, which is absolutely a huge thing. So a lot of the relationships we have with Halloween help springboard into Christmas, and they help with all of the education on the Christmas side. And it worked out really, really well. And, the rest is history. But I do believe too, with Rich's vision and the help of, having a large anchor at that time be part of it, it really worked out. So
that's great. So having Halloween audiences and having Christmas audiences, how are they like they overlap, but how are they like the same? Like what's the similarity, just for people who are listening?
Okay, Jen, you want to do it?
I think it's both, because it's entertainment. At the end of the day, a lot of these people that have facilities, whether it's Christmas or Halloween, it's a natural add-on. So at first I saw a lot of Halloween starting to springboard into Christmas, because they already have the place, and some of them were doing Krampus, like kind of creepy Christmas.
Yeah. I wish there was more Krampus events in the world. I'm just saying.
It's kind of fun, but and I really saw like the revenue. So a lot of haunted houses started opening up for Christmas. They started opening up for Valentine's Day and a lot of off-season events. And they were really seeing that they were making a lot of money off-season, and it was allowing them to keep a lot of their staff throughout the year. And what started happening too is you started seeing a lot of these Christmas guys starting to realize, hey, not only can we decorate for Christmas, but we can theme out your house for Halloween, with lights and different things like that. And the theme parks, I think, were really on board first. Universal Halloween Horror Nights was like, it'd be great just to be able to flip a switch, to be able to go from Christmas to Halloween, Halloween to Christmas. And so I think we just hit it the right time, because there's so much synergy between the two, that the two complement each other. And then, we're bringing in a lot of people from municipalities. They theme out for Halloween. They theme out for Christmas. We're bringing in a lot of farms. They do the same thing. So I think the industry just really works well together. And I think having Halloween there first, when we started, we had an audience already built in. And so with that, it just kept, getting built upon. But yeah, so there's a lot between the two. And I feel like they learn from each other. Stacey, I'm sure you kind of see that too.
Definitely, yeah. So I was thinking about that too, because being part of the education series, but also being part of the being a vendor for a couple different companies there over the years, and working on both sides of the from the installer side to the vendor side to these larger entertainment groups. A lot of the leads that we would get that would come in were botanical gardens or zoos or small farms, and people that combine then would say, wow, I never even thought of putting Christmas up, but we have this really cool haunted hayride that we do, and we really want some Christmas decorations. And how do we turn it from that to that? And it's really, it makes so much sense to keep their guys busy, especially in the event industry, that I'm super excited this year too about that, because we have a guy coming in to speak on the educational series who does event planning, like bounce houses, right? Which I think it's great, right? The inflatables are super fun, but there's a big section of inflatables at this show too, which is something that a lot of people may not know. Besides like the amazing fiberglass decor elements for both Halloween and Christmas, there's bounce house inflatables back
Oh,
there, which
right.
is really fun.
No, it makes sense too. And a lot of the farms do it, and a lot of the haunted houses, they have family days and they have family. I think when everyone thinks of Halloween, they think of scary, but honestly,
Mhm.
there is so much family friendly. I mean, every zoo has a boo at the zoo. So, I
Yep.
mean, in the aquariums do stuff, and you've got
Yep.
bars and restaurants that theme out for Halloween, family entertainment center, bowling alleys that theme out for Halloween, they theme out for Christmas. So, I really feel like having both sets of buyers there is really amazing. I mean, I've seen people make like with lights, with igloos, with, where they've done some of this really cool stuff that you can walk through it and have a bar. And I know a lot of with either a pumpkin, or you could do something that's more Christmas themed. I mean, there's so much possibility to make your attraction better, that this is a very unique show in that way, that, it really is more for, like Rich was saying, the attraction industry.
Right. And interactive entertainment is just so huge right now because of, I mean, I went to, where did I go recently? It was in Dallas, and they opened up the Netflix house. I don't know if you guys have been
Oh,
up.
yeah, yeah. They're
One of
doing that
those.
in Philly too. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. I didn't even know it was a thing. And I just went there to look at the giant Christmas tree in the Dallas Galleria. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most cool thing I've seen in a long time. And I wanted to do all of it, but I didn't have time. But definitely would go back. And it's all interactive entertainment. So, and also merchandise and all those things that just, that's what people want to have right now. And that's what
Yeah.
they want to do. And one of we spoke to Illumibot last week, um Whitney and I did, to Ross, and it's just that type of really immersive, amazing, you know, AI generated cool stuff. I mean, there's so much you can do. I'm excited about it because I mean, not just for the smaller to mid-size companies that are helping get this done. It's all the vendors that are there have so much access to each other and access to the to what's available in the industry and in the trade itself, and just can grow together. Like I see it as such a big opportunity for everybody on both sides, in all the different levels. So
We've had a lot of Halloween exhibitors figure out stuff with Christmas exhibitors, and create products and things like that. So it is really neat. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that comes out of this show that you would never even think. So I agree with you. And I do agree, interactive entertainment it is insane. I mean, even like the Stranger Things exhibits and all the different things my kids are all about. We went to the ice cream exhibit. I mean, you name an exhibit, whether it's escape rooms or different things, we're at everything. The
right.
drive-through light shows. I mean, and they're fun. I mean, I think people, years ago, people just went to movies or they just went to theme parks, but now that bar is so high that they expect to really be entertained. And not only are you entertained just at the event, you're entertained after the event with the photo ops and the drinks and all the different things that keep you there to make it an evening, not just going through the event in your home. So
Yeah.
I think there's so many layers now that have come into all of these events that it never was like that before. There are so many haunted houses that we talk to that have opened bars, and their bars are like killing it.
Right.
Like even when I talk to Shane on Christmas, he'll tell me all the different things and the different kinds of food that his mom's making and all the different experiences with Santa that just create this like whole event that years ago just never existed.
Exactly. So I went for the first time this year to a drive. I've been to drive-throughs every year. Like since COVID hit, drive-throughs got really big, right? But I went through drive-throughs up in Dallas this year, a little adventure. with a friend of mine in the industry. We drove to a bunch of them, and one of them was really cool. And I had never experienced this before, where you actually drive in park and you get out of your car and you go to get food, and you walk through a walk-through park thing, you come back, and there's so many vendors there. It's not just the lights, not just the music, it's not just you're driving through. There's that whole, you stop in the middle and do all the other stuff. There's merchandise, there's the food, there's the drinks, there's bars, there's the other walk-through area. So it was like I'd never been to something like that before. I've always just driven through it and left, but it was really cool. I mean, it was cold. I didn't want to be out there in the cold, but I still got a corn dog and it was still fun. But
No, it's crazy. I mean, they're all experiences now. So it's really neat. And I gotta say, like, we have kids starting at 12 all the way to 19, and they love it. Every year it's like, where are we going? What are the experiences? And then on top of it, they get to take pictures and then put it on Facebook and all their different social media platforms. I don't think any of my kids use Facebook, but I just, it's like, look at all the cool stuff we're doing. So it's just a different age. It's definitely a different age than I grew up in, but it's pretty neat to see. And there is just so much room for growth.
Yep. When I grew up, we didn't take photographs.
I got a question. So we were there just before Halloween, so we got to see your house decorated for Halloween. Do you guys decorate the front yard for Christmas as much as you decorate for Halloween?
We're starting to. Rich is starting to buy product now for Christmas as well. So he did buy permanent lighting.
Right.
And we had that installed in October of, it was not this year, it was last year. But no, we are starting to come up with Christmas themes. You know what really stinks? I don't get to participate in them. Rich tells me I get the back of the house. He gets the front of the house. So I buy stuff, but it never sees the light of day. He says, because I don't stick with the themes. And every year he comes up with themes. So yes, our future is going to be a lot of Christmas. So
Nice.
I'm super excited about that. I mean, it's fun, and everyone in our town knows we do it. So they wait to see what happens. I was talking to the UPS guy the other day, and he's like, I'm sad when it all comes down because I love coming here. So it's fun. It really is a great opportunity to be able to have all these amazing exhibitors. And, we're also a client and we get to, purchase from you guys. So it's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the projection, with the LumaBots projection, you probably could have done Christmas on your house if it was still.
We did have that.
We did.
Jen doesn't set any of it up, so she only knows about the track lighting. But there was projection mapping on the house for
Shots
Christmas.
fired.
So we did have that stuff up there, and I mean that's the thing. Like my take on the show and the two shows going together is really our job is to try to find ways for all these events to be able to make more money throughout the year beyond just the holiday that they're used to. So like, from the Christmas industry, most of those folks, have a season of about, 30 days max, you know what I mean? It's usually less than that, maybe 20. And for Halloween, it's very similar. Theirs is probably a little bit longer because people kind of get into the Halloween spirit a lot sooner than people do for Christmas. I mean, they start going to haunted houses in September. So like it's a little bit different. But the interesting thing is what we try to do is try to find things that these guys can do for the entire season. And that's part of where Christmas come in and escape rooms came in and like any type of immersive interactive entertainment that's on the show floor. What's cool is if you're a Christmas guy and you go onto the Halloween side, you're going to be inspired by so many things that you've never seen before that you're going to find out look at all of these things that I can do. And both groups kind of mix together and they network. And you're going to find great ideas from the Halloween side that you've never thought of, and vice versa for Christmas. Now, the Halloween guys, you look at them; they're amazing set designers. They can build some amazing facades and scenes and things like that. And then the lighting's all Christmas. Everybody on that side knows how to do anything and everything with a light. So they work well together. And I think the two shows being combined, they're similar buyers. There are some that won't even set foot into Halloween because they just don't like it. And there are some that won't set foot into Christmas because they're all about Halloween. But for the most part, the majority, probably 80%, completely cross with each other and work together.
Yeah.
That's great.
And the nice thing is the way the show is designed is even though they're kind of have their own halls, one ticket gets you into the entire event. So that's pretty great.
It is great. It's amazing. There's so much to see, and especially with that dark zone over there with the scary.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
love that part. So much
It's
fun.
everybody's favorite part of the show.
Right.
Mhm. But
So,
it's funny, the biggest exhibitor there makes a ton of Christmas product too.
Yeah.
So
right?
it's
It's
interesting.
our tone. Yeah. He just never gets a chance to exhibit in the Christmas hall because he's so busy over on the Halloween side, but he does a lot of Christmas products.
So you got to
Mhm.
introduce us this year when we're there,
Sure.
because
Sure.
we'd love to meet them and see how we can help them out with that part of
Yep.
it.
Absolutely.
So if just from a perspective of being an attendee, so say you're not an installer, or you're not a vendor, you're attending, like what would you say is the most important? What should you prioritize as an attendee? What should you definitely not miss if you're coming?
Um, I can answer that first, Jen, then you can. I would, to me, there's nothing that replaces human interaction. Like, I think a lot of stuff, like we hear people all the time saying they can buy things, online, they can do this, they can do that, they can search more, get better prices, things like that. I can just tell you this. Um, when you run a business, you never know what you think and there's always someone that knows more than you that's already had the pitfalls and went through all the problems and everything. And that knowledge that you can learn from someone else. Come to our show with an open mind and never come in thinking you know everything, because I'm going to tell you, there isn't every person you talk to, you can walk away with something. So to me, the networking is probably the most important thing at the show of all. The products, all that stuff is self-explanatory. You're going to see things you don't see anywhere else in the world, because this is a place where you come to see innovation, like where people are bringing all their new products for the season. They released it at our show. I mean, the interesting thing is our parent name is TransWorld, and most people don't even call the show Halloween or Christmas. They call it TransWorld. It's just gained that name because the parent name is so strong. But when they come to the show, they're like, I'm gonna buy my products at TransWorld. I can't wait to see all the new stuff that's at TransWorld. And on the vendor side, I'm gonna release my new stuff at TransWorld. So that's kind of how it works. And that's to me, the networking is the most important thing, and seeing new innovations and new ideas that can, give you something new. Because as you said, like when you go see these things, these kids are about interactive experiences. And if it's the same thing every year, they could care less. They're going to go once. I mean, they might go twice, but they're not coming back a third time. So coming to our show is where the most important thing is going to be to find new innovations and things that you can do to take you to that next level or something new.
Definitely.
And I think the seminars too. I mean, it's a great place to learn. And then after you get to learn, you get to be able to see some of these exhibitors and be able to talk to them. Some of the presenters are exhibitors as well. So they can help you figure out how to incorporate some of their product, like Rich was saying, into your event to make it better. And I think that's huge. I mean, I think that if you're in this business and you take it seriously, you need to be at the show, because it really gives you a chance to get the whole picture and to spend time, like I was saying before, talking to industry leaders who have been doing this for years and being able to see the new product and being able to go to the different parties and networking at night. And then, being able to spend time on the show floor and talking to people and getting ideas. So there's just a lot there. And if you're smart and you use it right, it's a huge opportunity. It really is, for growth for your business, no matter which side of the industry you're on, whether you're the attendee or the exhibitor. So I've always learned a lot. I've gone to different shows myself, and I walk away and I'm like, I always have that like little nugget, even smaller things that I didn't think I'd get anything out of. I walk away and I'm like, boy, it just starts my brain thinking in a different way. So I think these shows are very stimulating. So I don't know. I mean, I'm impressed. Like, I honestly walk on the show floor sometimes and I'm blown away at the exhibits people can create, whether you're on the Halloween side with some of the stuff as well as Christmas. I mean, these things are beautiful and it just gives you ideas. I know I want to buy every tree for my yard when I see everything. I'm like, I want that. And like, Rich, can we get this? I think it looks amazing. And I just think that these shows they're just fun too. I mean, honestly, like it's a lot of fun. It's not just business. I think there's a lot of fun, wrapped into these 4 days. So that would be my other thing is, it's fun. It's fun.
Well, it's like you were saying as well, the educational series, the seminars, um, there's so much learning to be done. And like Rich was saying, if you think you know everything, come to the show. I almost want to say, if you can go through every class that's going on and won't learn a thing, I'll give you $500. But you know, there might be that one person out there that'll bring me up on that. But But hey, at least we got them to the show and got them interested in Christmas or Halloween. Um, but yeah, for me, the amount of classes and seminars that we have that's going to be available at TransWorld this year is just great on both sides of the of Halloween and Christmas. Um, for all the Christmas guys, you can learn about doing the party rental business. You can learn about gutters. I mean, um, interior for the Christmas people, we're mostly exterior people. So when it comes to doing interior, that's a whole new ball game. So there's so many different topics that even, you can walk the trade show floor, but there's so much learning to be done that it's well worth the price because you get to learn all these different topics over 3 days for a great price, really. I mean, um, so that's my favorite thing is there's so many great speakers come in to teach and help these business owners make their businesses better. So that's what I'm most excited for. Here we go, the light series.
Yeah, so I
So
had a lot of fun helping get this series together. This is the schedule for the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday Lighting Institute Technology Education series. So Thursday, there's classes at 9 a.m. and then there's breaks and show breaks and up until 5 or 4:15. And then Friday, the same thing, earlier, 8 a.m. That's where you get to do the projection mapping class with Russ from Illumivant, and then lunch and show break, and then at 4:15. So you can spend, a whole day going through some of these classes, and they're all different. They're all made to help you level up in your commercial or residential Christmas lighting business, either one. So this is the classes are laid out here, but I mean, like we just said, there's our guy that does the bounce house, Illumibot, and there's so many people coming out to just share their experience and how we can help. And we talked about it, we teased about it on TransWorld Live a couple weeks ago about the solar powered Christmas decor, and that's going to blow people away. I'm telling you, it blew me away because Patrick and I saw it in
yeah, when
live.
Rich was talking about people come to Transworld just to, bring a product to market, that's something that we're going to be helping doing. So we're
Yeah.
excited to do that and bring the solar powered pole mounts. And in this industry, when you say solar power, everyone is just like, ugh.
They're like,
But
what? No, it doesn't
when we
work.
were out in Florida, we actually had a chance to go see them and how amazing they were. And so that was like, okay, yeah, this is something we need to invest in and, really help push towards Transworld and for everybody. So the owner of that, Kurt, he's going to be there. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, so everyone in this particular series, you can buy this as a set, so you can go to all of these classes, or you can come to our March 25th, our Wednesday pre-show class with Red Sleigh Workshop, our commercial training class. That's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 5:30 on Wednesday. And then with that ticket, you can combine it, and then you can get this whole entire light series and a ticket to the show and go to the fun events and the networking stuff. So if you're interested in that, just let us know and we can help you find that link to it. But there's so many other classes besides these going on. I mean, we could sit here and talk for an hour and go through all of it. There's so many. There's classes for the Christmas seminars. There's a light technology, and then there's also the Halloween and interactive. So they're all here online. You can check them out, but you can buy them in packages or you can buy them in individually. So if you just want to go to a couple of these classes, you can buy them one at a time. But if for me, I would buy the entire series, and I definitely want to come check out the commercial training, obviously, where me and Patrick will be. The commercial training too, we're having special guests. They're going to be on here again too. Next week on the 9th, we're going to have some people on that are going to be in the light series. But at our commercial training, we're going to have, oh shoot, my brain. Oh, Zach from oh my gosh, Zach Marker. What's his company? Why is my brain
Tinsel.
completely?
Tinsel CRM.
Tinsel
Tinsel.
CRM. Yes. Tinsel CRM is going to be at our commercial day. And then also Rob from Pixel Pro Display. They're going to talk a lot about animated lighting. So I think it's going to be, on top of our commercial training, that's some amazing one-on-one you get with them. So I think it's totally worth the time to come out and check that out. But we also, where did Rich go? We're to talk about the installer island. I have that up here somewhere
I
too.
don't know, where did he go?
I don't know. He's
Maybe one of
ran
the kids
away.
needed
I
him.
got to manage my children too. During the
I just lock the door and say,
DoorDash guy just came. I gotta.
yeah, I just lock the door and I say I'm busy. You figure it out.
So let's talk real quick. If you're like a brand new person coming, because I know there's a lot of people, tons of people this year that I've been talking to that have never been to the show. And I'm inviting all kinds of people, Christmas influencer people who just are residential high-end Christmas tree installers. I'm just inviting a lot of different people that I've never met there before. What is one thing you would tell them, like, what's a mistake that a lot of people make? And besides the networking part, like maybe just one thing that they should avoid, like maybe what not to do with the show. You guys have anything
Yeah,
to say?
wear uncomfortable shoes.
There you go. Don't wear stilettos.
I mean, you wear gym shoes, like fashion goes out the window. Like, I'm not kidding. There is a lot of walking at this show, and you're on your feet all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you should plan
Perfect.
your day. A lot of times, what I think you should do when I walk the show is I walk the whole thing first so that you can kind of assess what's there. And then I know a lot of people go back to their room at night and then kind of figure out what they want to target the next day. So that would be my thing. My thing is, yes, you can purchase right away, but sometimes I think it's better just to completely get the whole flavor of the show and kind of what you're looking for. And then you can go back and have some really important conversations the next day. So that would be something that if it was me, that's what I would do.
Well, negative wise, I don't have anything, Stacy. I think the show's amazing. I don't think there's anything negative that I can find with
Besides
it.
the shoes, I get that. That's
Besides the
good.
shoes,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't really know. I mean, I guess the biggest mistake is thinking that you can cover this in one day.
Yeah, I agree with
That would
Rich.
be the mistake that I think a lot of people make. We get these calls all the time and they say, "Do you have a 1 day pass?" And because they think it's like a con that you're coming in and seeing all this beautiful Halloween and Christmas stuff, and it's not really that. It's a business to business show, and it's a pass. It's a pass to 4 days or it's a pass to 1 day. Whatever you want to do. But I will tell you, if it's your first year. There's no way in hell you're doing that floor in 1 day and seeing everything and understanding it and knowing what you need. Because you should spend time stopping at any and every vendor that you can, learning what they do, what they sell. And I'll tell you how I do a trade show floor because I don't think many people do it the way I do. Because when I go to trade shows, I'm generally there to find things for our show. I'm trying to find the next, great exhibitor or somebody that fits in. I generally don't pursue people that don't fit in our show. So when I walk around, I generally get the exhibitor list, and most shows put them in either an alphabetical order first, so that you can actually locate them. Because you can find a company if you know who the company is, you can find it alphabetically, and then their booth number is going to be there. And then you could also arrange it in booth number order. And what I would do if I was walking the floor, I'd either get a floor plan or I'd get the exhibitor list, and I would mark off each and every booth that I want to visit the next day. So I would start off going through each one of them. And if I'm looking for specific items, going up and down the aisles, I find out, those specific things I'm looking for. And then you're going to find so many things you weren't looking for on top of that. So you kind of got to just keep a log of where you were because you're never going to remember where you were. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to walk the floor and you're going to come to me and you're going to say, Rich, I found this company. They sold this widget and I don't know where they're at. I don't know who they were. I get calls all year long about that. And it's crazy how I remember most of them. And I'll be like, oh yeah, that's Red Sleigh Workshop, over in booth, 4009, whatever, you know what I mean? I can spit them out because I know the floor plan pretty well, but you're going to really want to like keep notes and try to figure out where you should go or shouldn't go. But just my biggest negative would be don't come to this show thinking you're going to pull it off in 1 day. I mean, if that's all you have, so be it. Come and do what you can. The Christmas haul, absolutely, you can cover that in 1 day. It's not a problem, but there's so many other things to see throughout the rest of the show because I can guarantee there are tons of guys on the Halloween side that sell Christmas, and there are tons of guys on the Christmas side that sell Halloween, and then there's a whole interactive entertainment section. Same thing. They all sell, they all commingle and sell similar things.
And the other thing I think that people don't take advantage of are the mixers. So we offer free mixers. Yeah, we provide, appetizers and then there's a cash bar, but I really think people should take that opportunity to do as many things as they can. I mean, you've got so not only, with the program, Stacey, that we're talking about that you guys offer, but you also have the Flamingo Bowl, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's a bowling alley. There's karaoke. There's a bunch of different stuff. And then you've got free Christmas mixers. And then on top of that, you got like a Santa Bash where it's fun to meet with the Christmas industry, and everyone's going to have fun kind of dressing up in Hawaiian clothes and different things and doing a lot of beach games, in March at the show. But I just think there's a lot to it. And I think people should take advantage of all of those things and really look at the show schedule before they hit the show floor. So I think
Definitely.
a lot of people don't take advantage of that. And a lot of stuff you don't even have to pay for. You can just come. And I would
Nope.
take advantage of all the different free things. And then you have early bird seminars every single morning as well. So there's just a lot of content at the show. And then we do demonstrations on the show floor in the Christmas area. And, I know Rich later is going to be talking about, something that they came up with as well. I don't want to say it, I'll let Rich go through it and you guys go through it. But I do think that if you really plan it out right, you really can take advantage of every little thing at the show and walk away feeling like, wow, I spent $109 and I got a tremendous amount of value. Even if, you don't buy one seminar, there's still a lot of value in just going to these, some of these free events. So,
Right. I was just looking up the early bird seminars online, and I didn't realize there were so many and so many topics. It's amazing.
And they're all free. Yeah.
And they're
yeah.
free.
So people should really
Yeah.
take advantage of those,
Those are generally packed. I mean, everybody does go to those. I mean, they're like standing room only, a lot of the free ones. So
The
Yeah.
only one that's not on the website yet that will be there probably next week or the week after are exhibitor seminars. And what those series is exhibitors get a chance to kind of explain in more depth about their products and things like that. It's free to the buyers, and then exhibitors can then go ahead and kind of showcase more of their product or have longer in-depth conversations of things they want to explain that they can't do in a short sales pitch at their booth. So people should take advantage of those too, of things
That's
that maybe
great.
they want to learn more about. Those are free too, and they go on Friday and Saturday of the show all day long.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah.
I would say the last thing to make sure you take advantage of is you're there, and the companies that you can order from or get knowledge from are there as well. So, when I was there last year, some guys were like, yeah, I didn't want to go over there and bother them. No, we're there to talk to you. All the vendors are there to answer questions, to tell you about their products. So don't be shy. Even if you're not sure that, that's a company that's going to help your business or a product that's going to help your business, go up and talk to them. That's what they're there for. They're there to talk to you, give you knowledge on their products. And if it can help your business or integrate it into your business, great. If not, you're there, you can get the information and be like, okay, cool. That's not really what I'm looking for. Then you can cross it off the list. But at least while you're there, go talk to them. Um, like I said, it was $109 to get into the show. If all you do is walk the floor, that should be the best $109 that you spent, this year so far. So,
Right. And definitely, if anyone has questions about which shows they should go to for their industry or for what they're interested in, they should just make an appointment with me. I give free 15-minute calls and we can go over it and I can help you plan it out. Like I love doing things like that. So I'm just putting it out there. If anyone wants any help, I can help you out. Of course, I'm going to have you come to my show, but besides that, if you don't need it, I won't send you there. Because
TransWorld's there too to answer questions. A lot of times people call me, they say, I'm new, I'm just getting started. What do you think I should do? And then we get to talk through like, what side of the business are you on? What are you looking for? So we're always there to help too. I mean, I answer a lot of those questions throughout the year. So people should feel comfortable too, picking up the phone and asking. We're there to help.
Right. I mean, and there's so much to learn and to do there. Like you were talking about the free versus the networking versus the paid classes. And I didn't know that you guys had free exhibitor classes. I just learned that tonight. So I mean, shows what I know. But it's amazing. So there's just so much to do. And it's not just like it's the industry event. If you're in Christmas in any way, or if you're into Halloween, this is a place to be. Like if you're not here, then you're not. Then are you in business? That's
the
what I want to know.
FOMO is real.
So, all right. So, Rich, tell us about our installer island. We're going to talk about that.
yeah. So
I'm going to share the little thing. Where is it?
yeah, we
Here
just
it
kind
is.
of released this I guess in the last probably 24 hours. And it has no affiliation to Epstein's Island, although I've heard some have
I
been made
didn't even think about that.
have been made about that. You know, now the word island like goes with
It's
everything.
like a negative connotation with the word
Yeah.
island.
It's synonymous with Epstein's Island now, but it's kind of funny. But I mean, it's no different than TransWorld. A lot of people make negative comments about that, and like the company's been around for over 65 years. So, at the end of the day, we are who we are, and we stick with our brand. So anyway, the island was it was created. Josh Trees came to me, and we talked. We were talking about this for the last couple of years about trying to do something more for installers because our show is definitely a very strong commercial show. It's known for commercial lights and a lot of things like that that people see. But there's always been an aspect of installer education, and we just felt like we wanted to try to figure out something better to help give the installers a place to go and a place to network where like minds can meet and talk about, you know, what they're doing out there because the market's getting more and more competitive. There's a lot of trainers and different people that offer various things, and most of them are great. You know, but this gives you an opportunity to get in a place that we created this lounge and sort of an educational area on the trade show floor. So it's going to allow you to come there. And we just have a limited number of vendors around the area. There's basically, let me see, eight, 10, there's 11 different booths just surrounding this area, and it's kind of wide open. And there's a podium on there, as you can see. And then we're going to have six different rounds with probably 8 to 10 tables, or I mean, 8 to 10 chairs around those tables. And there will be like prize giveaways, demonstrations, just basically talking and education. Anybody that's at the show that's actually exhibiting has the opportunity to come back there and speak if they like or do different things because a lot of them are heavily involved in the installer world. So this island is specifically geared towards installers. So, you know, it's going to be a home for you. There is also an additional stage on the trade show floor that is a little bit over from where this area is. And that is another area where there's free education on the floor as well that comes along with that $109 ticket you get. So this stuff's all free. There will be, you know, many things going on here throughout the day. I'm sure Red Sleigh is going to be doing some things, and I know for sure Christmas Light Collective, that's Josh Trees. He's kind of sponsored the area because they helped me put this together and promote it. Um, and I think a lot of the vendors that you see listed on here are gonna, you know, partake in, you know, some educational things on their products and how they work and how you can better use them. You know, it's kind of what it's set up for. So.
Yeah, I talked to Megan from Christmas Light Collective today, and she was saying that they're working on getting workshops and roundtables together, Q&As together, letting the vendors come in and talk about just topics that installers want to hear, you know, and that's we're working on that, so it's going to be really an um, amazing new thing that we've never had before, and so I'm
Yeah.
excited, super excited, and the folks in this area, Certified Lights, they're the residential installation team. Canny is Clips, Tinsel, Zach Marker's company for the CRM, and then more Clips. And I don't Holiday Home Concepts. That's an amazing app for all of us installers. And then Glow Geeks. That's the
It's Shane Duffy.
shade. Yeah, but it's landscape lighting, right? And
It's just lighting. They do all
lighting,
kinds
all
of
lighting, right?
yeah.
So it's just, I mean, it's amazing. The whole setup is going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah, and in
excited.
addition to that, there's plenty of vendors that are on the floor that are also like they sell products for installers and stuff. This is just kind of a little island that we put together so there could be like a designated spot on the floor that is geared more towards this because, you know, a lot of this stuff gets lost within the commercial world, you know, because there are so many massive products and big things on the floor that, you know, a lot of people forget about all these guys being there. So you know, we've had requests for it over the last couple of years, and I've been working on it. And you know, like I said, Josh helped me a lot with trying to figure out what we wanted to do. I come up with you know, the island and figuring out how to lay it out. And this is where we are. I mean, it could grow in the future, you know, like this is the first year for it, but we think it's a great start to kind of feature, you know, this installer world so that these guys have the opportunity I think the most important part about it will be the networking, you know, just getting together and understanding because you can be extremely profitable in that world, and you can lose your butt, if you don't know what you're doing. So, you got to know how to quote, you got to know how to, bid on these jobs, and I think a lot of this stuff you're going to be able to talk to people in there. They're going to help you get there quicker.
And it's going to be a great place where you can sit down and have a meeting and talk to someone too, where people can take a load off. They're tired after walking the floor. So I think this area is also going to allow for that, to have some good, meaningful conversations. So I'm excited about that. We did that in the interactive entertainment section. It's what's called the Lounge and Learn, and it's been really successful. And it's kind of it's a little similar. It's not so the same because the exhibitors are surrounding it, but they do have a lot of seminar format and things like that. And that's another free area on the show floor that's pretty interesting. I know Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights did a lot of presentations there as well. So I just think people should take advantage of all of these areas that are going to have this free education and have these instructors there, and you can pick their brains and you can network and you can learn what kind of products you can buy from them to incorporate into your attractions or into your home decorating or whatever industry you're in. So these are all very beneficial, and people should really, I mean, we create this stuff for the attendees, so people should really take advantage of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
and
know
you
about
can
that area. So now I know another thing I just learned. That's great.
and you can, I mean, you can learn who people are. I mean, Stacy's been in the industry for her 23rd year now, but people may not know who she is. So when she gets up there and she's telling everybody what she does and what Red Sleigh does, um, if you're not sure what one of the booths does, they may be up there talking, so you can learn about, without, well, I don't want to go over there and bother them. They're going to be on the installer island. They're going to go up there, tell you who they are, what they do, and you can find out if they're a good fit for what something you want to do. So yeah, the installer, excuse me, the installer island is going to be really awesome. I was really happy to learn about that. Um, and then we're right there. So, we get to kind of see what everyone else is doing. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So, and then we have our friends Certified Lights there. Like I say, they're doing the residential training. And so we're excited to be right there with them. And yeah, TransWorld, I can't wait. It's a little over a month away. So I'm
Okay.
really looking forward to
Whitney, do we have any questions coming through?
it.
Not at the moment.
Okay, cool. Make sure we're watching it. So I'm just wondering if anyone, let's see if because we're on here live. So if anyone has any questions, throw them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up pretty quick here. We've been on here for a while. So any final last words, Patrick, questions you have for them before we jump off here?
Are you guys bringing any Chicago style pizza down to St. Louis?
Very
Of
important.
course.
I mean, you guys fed us so well while we were there. It's just like, holy moly. Um, Stacy can't stop talking about that pizza. I will say it wasn't
I
my
love
favorite,
it.
but um,
I'll
you
eat
know,
that every day.
when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So it was awesome. Um, so where can they go? What's the website? It's the TransWorld Christmas Show.com, or how do
Yeah.
they go on there and find out all the classes, and where do they go?
So the website that you just said, transworldchristmasshow.com, and then they will have the different things. They'll have like the daily events. You can look at those. They'll have the seminars. You can look at those. So, and then obviously registration. Um, you'll have to, in order to purchase the classes or purchase anything, you have to pick one of these registration packages. So you can pick, just the general admission one, and then you can layer in all the things you want, or you can pick the lit series, which has in there that goes straight with, the lighting installer series, or you can pick just the VIP that includes, there's a VIP plus all the seminar passes. I mean, that wouldn't include necessarily the workshops, but it would include all 1 hour seminars. So it just depends kind of what you're looking for. I feel like there's something for everyone at this show. Honestly, I do.
And also, can you tell us real quick about the East Coast show? So if you can't make it to St. Louis,
You can't make the St. Louis East Coast show is a great show. Speaking of which, Stacy, about 10 minutes from the convention center there is the Netflix experience.
Oh, in
King of
Philly.
Prussia. So you could go ahead and do that too if you wanted.
There we go. That's
But
coming up the end of August. I mean, I'm end of April.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's April 23rd through the 26th. So it's coming up about 4 weeks after TransWorld, but it does have the haunted house section. It also has a whole section for Christmas with DIY. Last year was our first year and it was very successful. We also toured some houses so that we could actually see how a lot of these lighting companies actually incorporate these lights into homes. So it was really neat. These people kept their lights up all seasons so we could tour their properties. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of fun things with that and seminars and teaching, and it's in a very relaxed environment. The difference is it's about a day and a half. It's a combination of that it's open to the public, so if you are home or residential, you can definitely do that. Or if you are, business to business, it's kind of a hybrid of both, actually. Rich, why don't you give your opinion too as well of the show?
East Coast.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the difference between East Coast and Transworld is it's a little more intimate. It's a much smaller show. So like if I had the ability to do both, I would. I mean, if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably go to Transworld. But what I like about East Coast, it's a lot more intimate show. The vendors don't build as big a booths, and there's a lot more time for them to network and do stuff. But we do, as Jen had mentioned, we do tours and things like that to give you actual experiences of seeing these things live. So there every year there are homes that we actually go to. That there's a bus tour there, generally with food and things like that, and you go there and you see how somebody actually home decorates their own home. So that is some DIY stuff. Some of there will also be at this show specifically. An installers track and installer series and education. Some of the companies we're still working with and talking to that'll be doing their own training. They're like, maybe Red Sleigh will be doing something there, and Christmas Light Collective. There will be different companies that are going to be doing their own trainings because a lot of these companies that do the training, they travel around to different regions and they teach in those different areas. So this just seemed like a natural fit for us because the East Coast is the most densely populated area in the United States, and we're northeast, so you couldn't ask for a better location in that. We are just outside of the city of Philadelphia, so we are not in the city, which the area we're in is very low key, pretty chill. It's funny when you pull up to the building, you would think it's a warehouse, but it's not. It's enormous. It's 300,000 square feet. And when people pull up, they're very underwhelmed. But then when they come in and see the show floor and stuff like that, it's actually great exhibit space. And again, you're gonna get
Free
more.
parking too. It's really easy to access. There's like that. You can just literally park your car and pull up into the building. So
Yeah.
it makes it really,
Everything's free there. It's kind of nice, like the parking and everything. Ticket prices are different because it's a different type of show. You're not going to see the 65-foot trees you're going to see at Transworld, or like these gigantic displays. You get to see things that you would actually see in amusement parks. You can, before you purchase them, you can see what they would look like. So the difference with that show in East Coast, it's going to be a lot smaller offerings, but still a lot of the same vendors.
it's fun. We
Yep.
have some stuff for kids there as well. So it's pretty neat.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, and then we have our couple things that we've got going on here. Our schedule is filling up like crazy. We've got our first commercial Christmas training, in-person training here in San Antonio in 2 weeks. So we are doing the last minute preparations, getting ready for that. And then the following weekend, we're actually going to be up in Dallas doing another commercial Christmas training. Um, and then we're going to the Light It Up Expo. If anybody is interested in going to the Light It Up Expo in Orlando, we have some tickets that we have. Do we have any more tickets to give out?
We do. We have a
So
couple. Maybe.
I don't know. Stacy handles all that,
I'm
so I'm not
holding them very
sure.
closely to
And
myself.
then we get home from that, and then all of a sudden we're in St. Louis for a week. So
Yeah.
and then we have another commercial training here in April, and then I'm not gonna. We're doing another
No, we're
commercial
gonna say
training.
we're going to Montana.
We're going to Bozeman, Montana
Yep,
in
Yellowstone.
June.
Everyone wants to go to
So
Yellowstone.
we just got invited to go out there earlier today
Can't
at like
wait.
2:30 to do a commercial training out there. So we're
I've
we're
never
so
been.
excited,
I've
and
never been to Montana.
And then we get to do what we
Yeah.
love to do is train installers and teach them about the wonderful world of commercial Christmas. So, but yeah, we're super stoked for TransWorld. Um, like I said, I got to go last year as an installer and this year as a I don't even know, a business owner, I guess. And so it's going to be fun to be on the other side of the rope and get to interact with everybody and have a lot more to do. So um, I'm sure when you go there, like you say, wear comfortable shoes because you can easily do 10,000 steps in a day, but I'm sure I'll be doing a lot more this year. So
20,000.
yeah, but awesome. Do you guys have any last things you guys want to say? And I know, yeah, it's been a
Final
little over an hour.
words.
So
Final words. Well,
I
looking
think
forward to
just
seeing
call
it.
us. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just say, just call us if you have questions, if you have trouble signing up, or you don't know exactly what series you want to go into. We're here to help. So
Yep. Looking forward to seeing you all soon.
All
2
right.
months.
Well, go ahead.
2 months.
thank you for having us on the show. I wanted to.
Yes. Yeah.
It's been
No,
a lot
thank
of
you so
fun.
much. Yeah. Thank you for your time, for all of your, being open to share everything that you guys shared and all the tips. Super helpful. And, you know, uh,
thanks for trusting us
there we go.
to help you with the show this year.
Yeah.
No, and Stacy
With
and Patrick, you guys have been a huge asset, and we truly, truly appreciate all of your input and everything you did in helping create the Lit series, and as well as working on all the workshops. So, your advice has been invaluable. So we're really appreciative, and we're super excited to roll it out and see the feedback, from everybody.
Yeah. Can't
Same
wait.
here.
And
Yep.
really glad that you helped us walk through, give that clear look at the TransWorld Christmas and Halloween show. We appreciate you guys and your perspective and always being open to this installer Christmas community. I know it's not your first type of business you're interested in, right? Like from paintball to everything you're doing now. Thank you for joining, for like letting us come and be part of your show. And thank you to Patrick and Whitney for being here. Thank you guys for your help. Thank you, all the behind the scenes folks. And if you're watching on Facebook, put your comments in the comment section still, even if you're watching this later, because we'll come back and answer them for you. And I know we'll get a hold of Jen and Rich if you need any more help or have any more questions. And thank you so much for watching. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody. Definitely, reach out if you have any questions. And thank you guys so much. We'll see you next
Awesome.
time.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.